Hi everyone, this is Zubair. In this clip, I want to focus on a concept that we normally see in all organizations and on their websites. But from my experience, I feel that there is inconsistencies of how it's been defined. And that is a company's mission, vision, purpose, and their values. My experience has shown me that sometimes the definitions are not clarified enough, I think, from my perspective. And the way it's written, I think some best practices can be incorporated. So hopefully this message is for those individuals who are, have a responsibility to create the mission, vision, purpose, and values for their organizations. I hope you can find this useful as you reevaluate if this clips helps you, or just put this to the test and see how it works. A mission is basically, so when you go to the any website, you will see a mission of an organization. From my experience, what I have learned is that mission is basically you're answering how we do it. So how as an organization we do something, you have to explain that in your mission. In the same way, when you define your vision is what we do, and you have to explain that in your vision statement. The purpose is why we do it. And then you have your values that you define for the companies. Some companies have one or the other, but I think from my perspective, it's important that we identify the mission, which is how we do it, and explain that from the company's perspective. The vision, which is what we do, and the purpose is why we do it. So it's the how, what, and why, the mission, vision, and the purpose. And lastly, defining your values. It's very important that as a company we define the values so that we from outside, if you're looking at the website, we can understand what is the culture, because when you define the values, you're basically defining the culture of your organization. And it's very important that we define that in a clear way. If we do a good job of defining the mission, vision, purpose, and the values, and keep our colleagues engaged as we do this in this process, I assure you that then all your colleagues, including your management, will feel very engaged. One best practice that I've learned is that it's very important that these are one statements, not paragraphs or detailed documents that you have. Because I've noticed that there are organizations that have like paragraphs with sub bullet points. Yes, this is one way as well. But the reason of creating your mission, vision, values, and purpose is so that people will remember it. And the only way they will remember is if the statements is short enough. I have worked for organizations where they just had one statement for their mission, one statement for their vision, one statement for their purpose, and then they had their values defined, and that also briefly defined. Because if it's brief, then it's easy to remember. And I think after this video, I would ask you to test yourself and ask yourself that do you remember the mission, vision, and purpose of your organization? If you don't, then that means probably it's too long. And if you do, it means that probably short enough that you really, verbatim can say that what's the mission, vision, and purpose of your organization. I hope you find this useful. Thank you.